Hello and welcome to this OnCare Office tutorial on setting up one-time payments within OnCare Office. This tutorial is designed for center directors, assistant directors, and any other company staff that would be assigned to setting up both one-time credit and debit transactions within OnCare Office. I'll be going over this process and how the general ledger and parent ledgers work. We'll start by logging into OnCare Office from the OnCare Services website. Once you've logged into OnCare Office, we're going to then go into Family Accounting. From within Family Accounting, there are two ways to get to the family ledgers. One is from a family record. Let me just go into the Andrew family here. And once we've entered the family, we'll then see at the family row there is this link, Account Ledger, which takes us into the account ledger for the Andrew family. Now the other way to get to the account ledger is through Family Ledger and Family Account Ledger link, which is at the main menu. By clicking on this, I'm then brought to the main ledger page where I get to see the outstanding balance for all the families within this center. I then click on the family that I want to go into. Once again, in this case, it's the Andrew family. Click on the View Edit button from this page, and here I'm going to view edit the Andrew family account key. And this brings me once again into that same ledger view that I had when I accessed it directly from the family page. From within this page, we get to see a listing of all the transactions that have been applied to the Andrew family from the beginning of the family's enrollment in this center. You'll notice that with every charge and credit amount, there's also a balance associated with it. Now, to add a charge to the family account ledger, we then go down to the bottom of the page right here where it's Add a Ledger Item. Now, typical items that you would add one time might be one-time fees, such as a field trip fee, such as a late pickup fee. Usually there are other charges or other payments as well. But there's another way to add payments that is much more likely to be pursued by the center, and that's when they add payments from multiple parents at the same time. And we'll be covering that in how to do batch payment processing. But in this case, I want to add another charge or a one-time charge. Once I select an other charge, I'm going to go down and say what type of fee it may. Perhaps it's a late payment fee here. We're going to put in the late payment fee. Of course, there's a default amount, but I can always change that default amount to whatever is appropriate depending on the situations. So here I'm going to type in a comment, late payment for June tuition. And because this is a charge, not a payment, I'm actually not going to put in a check number here. That's only necessary when you actually have a check that you're receiving. Select Add. And now, as you can see, this late payment fee is being charged to the family and is charged on the date that it was entered. Now let's say I have a payment that I'm selecting from the parent. Maybe it's a payment that they want to make and they're just coming in, and we want to make sure that we log it into the system because it's right before the end of the period. So they came in with a check and they made a payment in here of $25 for amount. And we can even put, what I usually like to do with the comments is put payment for and then put the child it's for. And this is payment for Sydney. And that way it becomes apparent who that's for. That could be, you could even go so far as to put a comment in there, payment for Sydney's June tuition or payment for Sydney's field trip, however you want. And now you can see the most recent transactions are down here showing at the bottom of the ledger page. And we've just entered one-time payment and one-time charge transactions to the Andrew family ledger. That's as simple as it is. Now that concludes this tutorial, but I hope you found it educational. If you have any additional questions, check out the other tutorials on this site, or feel free to email or phone our technical support desk. The contact information can be found at www.oncareservices.com. And thanks again for your time.